Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey Keith and Emma. Hey everybody, how's it going?
Oh, I need to
Hey
silence my laptop.
Hey Seth. Hey Dylan. How's everybody doing? Hope y'all had a great week. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this book just a little bit more today. Excuse me. I have new info. New shit has come to light.
But first, did anybody do anything awesome this week they want to talk about? The chickens are getting more and more bald, and they are still super grumpy and don't want to be touched so much that they still don't want to be looked at.
Yeah, they're very cute and goofy right now.
And scraggly looking.
So, with the Batman Year One, I got a message from Carl Kessel, famed writer and inker, and he explained that he was working in the Dark Horse offices when Mazzucchelli was turning in these pages, and the reason why the page is such a weird size is because DC was this is a brief period before they switched their papers, but they were letting people do bleeds for the first time. So they had the special bleed paper that was just this oddly big size to accommodate for the huge margins that they usually had around the pages. And so that's why it's a weird size. He said that they would let that he thinks they would usually allow like 6 bleeds per issue, which is funny because they probably had to shoot it on larger films, which would have been more expensive and all that stuff. He saw the stream, Keith.
Tibbs just joined us. Can't see, but that's what that noise was.
Oh, congratulations, Keith, on the pay bump and some equity. That's nice.
And there's lots
and Seth
of good
is going to
news.
have their first fully colored and lettered page finished by the end of the week. Oh, that's awesome. It's remarkable how much work a single comic book page is, especially if you're doing color.
And
it's always a huge accomplishment.
Dylan said that they drew a decent amount this week too.
Good work, Dylan. So I also pulled out my copy of Batman Year One, and look at
that is a huge
size difference. Like this is totally like, well, it's not 100, not exactly 2 up.
The camera is making that look very small. That's a typical size comic book, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a normal comic book size. But you can see
a chicken-sized comic.
This is what passed for a bleed in 1986. Is this where like you would still get a 1/8 of an inch of white along the side of the page. Let's see if I can get it so you can see. So this was supposed to bleed off based on the artwork, but in fact you can kind of see. Can I zoom in on this? You can see there's like a little light post right here that is right here.
Oh, so it got cut off.
It got cut off right along here. So like this whole 1/2 inch of artwork got cut off.
I was wondering if they had just gone all the way to the edge of the paper if it had shown, but no, that's not the case. It still would have got cut off in the same place.
Yeah, and like you can the bleed onto the interior, you can almost see the bleed from that first page peeking through here.
Oh.
So the interior bleed works well, but when you tried to bleed out to the side, it just didn't print. It's so funny. Like I don't know why. like the print rollers just must not have reached that far or something. That's a trip. So I actually haven't even finished reading the intro to this book, but I did read enough that Mazzucchelli was talking about how he, like, this is basically everything he learned working on
Deadpool.
Not Deadpool.
Oh,
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
The other D guy.
Yeah.
And he basically had, at this point, fine-tuned his lines so that they would print. That's why there's not a ton of fine cross-hatching and stuff. Is like just trying to get all of his marks to actually print the way he put them down on the paper. And you can see, like, oops. Can you even see? Like, well, I guess you can. This is kind of a good example. Like, these are kind of fat lines, in my opinion, but they barely print.
Yeah.
They kind of just turn into a blob on the newsprint.
They're so close together.
That was the thing I got when I got that first Walter Simonson artist edition. I was just like so shocked at how thick the lines were on the original art, because they printed like, and they looked fine and delicate when they're printed on newsprint, but yeah, the originals were fat lines. Seth says he's been doing fine cross hatching the whole page. Printing is a lot different nowadays, though, Seth. So you're probably fine. Like, this is refined for really terrible newsprint. The paper that they were using in this era was actually remarkably bad.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Rudak. Hi, Lucas.
And hey, Lucas.
How legible is that cursive writing that just sped past the camera?
Oh, over here next to the airplane. Like this stuff down here. I think it was pretty
That
legible.
one looks more legible than the other one.
Like, there it is in print.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
okay.
you can definitely see like how
that's weird. Some of the lines look thicker and some of them look thinner.
Yeah, like it's like if you didn't get the ink on the printing plate spread just exactly perfect, it would either print thinner because not enough ink was there, or it would totally bleed into the newsprint and get super fat because there was too much ink.
Yeah, that looks like a little bit of both.
Yeah. Man, that smell.
What smell?
Old newsprint comic book smell.
A little musty?
Hey, Cooper. It's like a sweet, musty smell. It's not really like, it's not mildewy, but it's like definitely like an organic paper pulpy smell. I don't even know.
Hi, Derek.
Hey, Derek. Yeah, the old newsprint smell. I love it too. I've actually, though, like I've been on airplanes before, and after a convention, and like been like, oh, I'll read some of the old comics I got, and I'll pull them out, and it'll be like, I gotta put these back because they just smell too strong to be
on a
sitting elbow to elbow with strangers and pulling out my stinky old comic books.
The whole plane, the air circulates and the whole plane smells like it.
Things were much more challenging back then. Yeah, I think they probably were. Like, being able to do computers, and just the fact that I don't have to take the train into Manhattan once a month to turn in pages is pretty nice.
Or mail in your pages
or
and
FedEx
it takes like a month.
Yeah. I once got an old copy of Flaming Carrot that smelled like spoiled mustard. Ooh, yikes!
Ooh.
So I think that's it. I think I just want to talk about the page sizes because I was very excited to learn that. That's one of my favorite things in comic history is just finding out about old production methods
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I'm endlessly fascinated by what tools they used and how they like reproduced stuff. And in fact, there's a book. I don't remember what it's called. It might be called like the comic strips or something. I supported a Kickstarter a couple months ago that is all about how comics and newspaper strips were reproduced and produced for reproduction, which is very cool and fun.
Lucas will buy any collection that has that old uncoated paper. The old Kirby hardcovers are a good example. Don't care if it yellows, it's part of the charm.
Yeah, those my favorite reprint series of all time is the Marvel Spotlight. Wait, was it the Spotlight? Where they're printed in like phone book size that were on newsprint and all black and white.
Do we have any of those?
Yeah, we have a ton of those.
Nice.
Found some old Spider-Man comics in a free little library this week. Ooh,
That
friggin'
is
score.
good news.
So the other thing I was going to do tonight is I got this. It was just I was doing a Jet Pens order, and I was like, oh, I'll grab this set and see if there's anything in there I like. So I'm gonna try some of these nibs out and see how they go.
Hey, Rudak, you want to share the good news that you talked about the other day? I missed it. Come on up, Tips. Come on.
Let's start with this guy. Yeah, that's a fun find, Tugboat. 76. Yeah, what's holding you up, Dylan? Jet Pens is like
They're awesome.
they're my favorite. And they even have like a fun YouTube channel where they talk about stationery supply.
And they even had one where they showed them boxing up stuff, and it was fascinating still and relaxing. Yeah.
So this guy is, what is this nib? A Nico. God, these are always so impossible to read.
You want me to try? I don't know which one of us have better glasses.
Nico pen. Made in Japan. And then there's a tiny, tiny number on it. Fits really well in this deleter holder, though. This deleter holder. You subscribe to the channel, but you're a shopaholic. Oh.
Your hat's on the way, honey.
These are nice.
Rudak got into the largest local art fair in Fort Worth called Arts Goggle.
Oh, congratulations.
They'll be sharing a booth with their friend Edward Medina selling art.
Good work. That's awesome. You gotta get back to the beanie. It's true. It's almost beanie weather. There have been a couple beanie days.
So if I am correct, it looks like the Arts Goggle will be happening October 19th in Fort Worth. So go find Rudak. Buy some art.
Yeah. Get it. Well, it's making a face at me for saying get it.
You want me to say where it's from?
No. So this nib is actually really good. This is my normal thing is I forget what number this is. I think it's a 208 or is it a 202? Unreadable. But this like has the similar feel, only a little bit more firm. It's nice.
The screen's just is it
Just a
just
little
mine?
bit
It's blurry. Yeah.
It's like not quite focusing.
It wasn't focusing on your pen either. And now the now the tray went out of focus for some reason at the same time, and that's two different.
Yeah, two different.
Oh, there it goes. It's back.
Okay, then this one is cool looking.
That one is cool looking. It's classic looking.
Yeah, this has some other. This is also a Nico, but it's got some number on it that I cannot read. I have to go on the JetPens website and look at what these are. Because I think I'm going to try to order some of these already. This is nice. To send out a bunch of emails to natural history museums to try to get my stuff in the gift shops. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, that's a good
That'd
idea,
be amazing.
Emma.
Oh, this is great too. Oh my god, these nibs are fantastic.
Keith got their bookmarks that they ordered for LACC the other day. LA Comic Con? Yes. You wanted to say something to everybody? Mm-hmm.
Can you hear Tibbs?
That's Tibbs.
Chit-chatting.
Uh-oh. Don't get too close to all that wet ink, kitten. Well, Rudak. Rudak was hoping to get the comic book done, but is behind schedule because their cat got sick.
Oh no.
I hope they get better. The vet's able to help. Tibbs, you are being. She pushed a button on the keyboard. Did it mess up anything
Yeah, I
on
think we're
your
good.
end? She's trying to get negative attention.
I like this nib quite a bit too. It's very exciting to have 2 nibs in a row where I'm like, ooh, this feels good.
Keith said that they like those lines to your first set. Yeah, the whole thing's looking great. It's still blurry though.
Yeah, I wonder if I can get it to... It's always so hard because the camera is actually upside down to me. I'm doing this.
And there's a lag. Some I bet you if I say, oh, that works, it's not going to be that helpful. You think making it brighter will make the focus better?
No, I'm just pushing buttons.
Oh. There's a lag, but I'm not really seeing any difference except for it getting worse.
Yeah, that might be about as good as we can get right now.
Okay. Oh no, Red Hack, your cat has inflammatory bowel disease.
Oh my gosh.
I do not. Oh.
That sounds challenging.
Yes. Your kitty can't tell you what's going on either until it's extreme.
Sounds like they could probably tell you, but not in a way that's like pleasant to hear.
Yeah. I know that's not something that's gonna just be cleared up in no time either. I hope it stays manageable. With fewer flare-ups for y'all.
This nib I do not like.
What's not to like? Because I cannot tell much. It looks like it's a little bit thicker, maybe.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is that it's just a little bit thicker. I can't quite get like a sharp end to these. Like, I don't know if I lift up real fast, but I like to be able to start with a sharp point, and it doesn't quite want to go. This seems like it might be a good
for Batman Year One.
Yeah. Could be good for lettering. It might be a little bit too thin for it. Am I off the page yet? Nope. Meh.
Nah, not doing it for you.
Yeah. It reminds me of, I have a bunch of these other speedball nibs that my sister gave me a long time ago. It's like an old box. Here's the cover. And I got a million of them, and I don't care for them really. And these ones actually have a much fatter tip than the guy I just tried, but they're like pretty similar in tip size and shape.
Yeah, they do look similar.
This one has a little bit of like a
a fancier.
It has like a little like bend at the very tip, so you get sort of a fatter, like more surface on the paper.
Keith wants to know if you're working on the mixed media paper.
I am. I'm working on my regular Strathmore 400 series mixed media paper.
Rudak's asking if that was a soft nib. It looks like it is.
It's kind of soft. I would probably say it's a medium. Like a G nib, I would probably consider a hard nib. And then the 108 that I use a lot, or I have used a lot in the past. I haven't been using it lately, but like this 108 is like a very soft nib. This guy's like, I don't know what it's even made out of. It might be copper, or like some alloy, but those are very, very soft. And the one I am using mostly nowadays is, yeah, it's the 102 is the number, the Hunt 102, which looks very similar to the 108, but this one's made out of steel, I think, and is pretty medium firm. I was using these for a while. I think I inked most of Bad Blood with this guy, and they're kind of medium soft. They're a little bit on the softer side. The only bummer is because they have like these cutouts on the side. I don't know if they'll even show up on camera. They're really hard to clean. Like when you go to wipe them off, whatever paper towel or napkin or whatever you're using gets stuck in there, and it's rough.
Now, you and Rodak are talking about soft. Do you mean that when you press down on it, it doesn't take very much pressure to make the nib split?
Yeah, like it's more, the nib is more flexible, so the tines can be spread more.
Typut wants to know if you've ever drawn with a goose feather.
I have not.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun. I bet we could make one of those with a chicken feather.
I bet so. I want to now.
So I'm going to try this guy and see how it compares to my old 102.
We could make 6 of them for each chicken and decide
which chicken has the best.
Yeah.
I don't see their tail feathers very often.
Well, they're losing them right now. All we have to do is go pick them up off the ground.
Alright, yeah, if we see them. Yeah, this one feels almost exactly like the 102 that I like to use.
Oh, so this one's a good one. Your hat's in the way again.
Oh. Yeah, this is pretty good.
Keith just learned that chickens can be cannibals. Chickens.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Chickens are carnivores.
They'll eat.
And they can.
Chickens will eat chicken. Chickens will eat egg.
Well, and they need to eat some calcium, and their shells are a good source of that. But yeah, they will do that. I think Tibbs just found a spider.
She's in a mood today.
She wants something.
She probably wants us to go lay down on the couch with her.
Oh, or to let her back outside by accident.
Okay. Well, I think maybe maybe I will try out my favorite of these. Jesus.
Tibbs gets the instinct to hunt them, but I think she's mostly scared of bugs. What do you think, honey? Have you seen her actually hunt and kill a bug?
I don't know if I have. I've seen her be very scared of spiders.
Yes.
And be very like sniffing at them, but be jerking and jumping away.
That's what happened there. I was worried she was gonna start knocking stuff over. Chickens are dinosaurs. And they're cool. Keith's cats work for their rent. One will pounce on a bug and another will eat them.
Looking for some inspiration to draw a Batman.
Do you think that some of those nibs that you didn't like would work for something specific? Like, do you still hold on to the ones you don't like very much? Because
yeah, I do tend to hold on to. I mean, kind of because I'm an art pack rat. Like, I'll hold on to art supplies that I'm never going to use again.
The ones that are too big, would they make good outlines around figures?
Yeah, I'm sure they're good for different styles of art.
How likely are you to remember that and use them?
Yeah, not very likely. I'm like I really need like a limited number of tools.
Yeah.
In order to work effectively. Like if I have to switch tools too often, it's distracting to me.
Tugboat noticed that there's very little Batman in Batman Year One. Lots of Gordon. Should have been called Gordon. The Year of the Gordon.
Yeah, it is basically like it's a story about the two of them, kind of, because they both roll into Gotham the same day, basically, and both have similar responsibilities. I don't know if that's the right word.
They run in the same circles.
They're both trying to stop crime in Gotham. They go to Gotham for that purpose.
Dylan says the title should have been The Gordinator.
I don't know what this pose is. And it's ending up being like all
He's
cape.
sitting on the toilet.
I think I had the idea of him like squatting down on a rooftop surveying the city.
That makes sense.
But it does kind of look like he's sitting on the toilet.
Bat squat. With his arm down, it doesn't look like it so much. Oh, no. Now I can see it. His arm is turned in. He's got his... Oh, no. Now his forearm's down. I thought his arm was on his knee. And now you got a knee showing. No, he's definitely on a roof now. Going to the bathroom.
Pooping off the side of the roof. Batman is a known roof pooper.
He needs to be reading a newspaper. He's trying on his new bat boots. On the toilet, says Lucas. Oh my goodness, Seth says he looks like he's driving one of those tiny battery-powered Jeeps for kids.
When does the Batman wrapped in Sting horror comic?
Oh, in string.
Oh, in string. October something. Next
Look
month.
it up. What's it called, honey? Forgot.
Batman. Or I'm sorry, DC Horror Presents.
Yes, that's it. Good work. A+.
Yeah, I haven't actually read any of that, Lucas. I'm very excited to see how it turns out.
October 23rd is the Superman, the first one.
Just in time to give you a week to ruminate on it before Halloween.
Lucas is excited for that series. Keith wants to know if this is Ben Affleck Batman. Or in Tugboat wants Adam West. But Keith wants to hear your raspy Christian Bale Batman voice.
I don't know if my throat can withstand it. I'm trying to think of something funny to say, but I can't think of a funny Batman for this to be. No matter what, it's the funniest one.
Tugboat is reminding us that Lonesome Hunters, the complete collection,
October 1st.
Library edition, is coming out October 1st. And then the DC Horror #1 is coming out the 23rd. It is a great month. And then the following month is the Harrow County very fancy.
It's the Case Complete Edition.
Complete Edition. Mm-hmm. Some good stuff. So you know what? They might make some really good gifts for someone.
Yeah, if you're out Halloween present shopping.
Mm-hmm. Because that is the best holiday. American holiday, anyway.
Oh, nice, Derek. Yeah, definitely move before you get that book, because that's one book you don't want to move.
Yeah.
It's too heavy.
It's pretty heavy.
A Marvel Godzilla omnibus. I don't know if I knew that Marvel did Godzilla. Yeah, there's so much coming out in October. Like the it feels like everybody who has ever done a horror comic is like trying to make sure that they have something good on the shelves in October.
Mm. Hey, Chris, Comic Tropes.
Hey, comic tropes.
You're just in
Yeah,
time.
it was so nice to meet you in Portland, man.
Yeah, it
That was really cool.
Marvel had Godzilla for a year. So that omnibus is maybe a collection of a year's worth of Godzilla at Marvel.
Dozen issues would make a good collection. The big G-Man.
There's 2 Godzilla books coming out in October, according to Keith. The Marvel Omnibus and the 75th anniversary. 75th anniversary. Holy mackerel.
I had like not ever watched Godzilla movies until just a couple years ago when I sat down and was like went through a bunch of them, and I was so shocked.
At what?
When the fairies come appear, like it's just like the first one was like one thing, and then every Godzilla movie after that was something else. At least in like the 60s and 70s.
Comic Trips is asking, who's this obscure character? Does he eat bats to power up?
It's Buttman. Oh my gosh, I posted. I can't remember what I was saying about it, but I posted a. Oh, I was cracking a joke about submitting sketches on BlueSky, and the image I posted said that there had been 75 reports of ass because it had cut off assault.
Oh.
And everybody had fun talking about how it was Buttman.
Oh, no. Oh, hey, Michael. Happy Batman Day. Off to go to the movie with their wife. Have a good weekend. You too. Have a excellent time with your wife and at the movie.
And I have not seen Godzilla -1 yet. I really need to make a point of that. I loved Shin Godzilla. I've watched that a couple times actually. That when Godzilla takes on that form where he's like doesn't have arms yet and is just like a belly wiggle monster is like so freaky.
Godzilla is a baby there?
In Shin Godzilla, he like forms. He like goes through a whole mutation
like a
cycle.
Larvae?
Yeah. Gosh, Dylan. Like, I don't know, everyone says that Godzilla -1 is a masterpiece, but
They all are.
Yeah, every Godzilla movie is a masterpiece. But Shin Godzilla, I think, is just really gorgeous. And the effects on it, I think, are stupendous. I was going to try to experiment with this nib, but I'm like just doing brush stuff.
Comic Trip says, loved how gross it was when he ejected the blood from his lungs.
Right? It's so good.
Keith's last gallery piece was a Shin Godzilla.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Keith says...
Yeah.
Okay, apparently there's lots of visual spoilers that we're given here today.
It's one of those things, though. I don't think... I don't know if you can spoil it.
Okay, then
because you
I'll
kind of
say
have
it.
to like experience it to like even know what the hell.
Keith loves
it is.
that Shin Godzilla's tail is a bunch of corpses. This sounds like maybe something that would be good to add to a watch list for October.
Yeah. I haven't seen that Godzilla versus King Kong either, which came out like almost the exact same time as Godzilla -1. But it didn't.
It does sound like Godzilla body horror.
Yeah. It's fun but stupid. That's the vibe I got.
Seth
from the Godzilla versus King Kong.
Seth uses Shin Godzilla for texture studies.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I can see that.
Your Batman's gloves do not have the spikes.
Oh, I got them penciled. I haven't drawn them yet.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
inked them yet, though.
All right. I mean, he doesn't have to have them. There's so
these
many different Batmans.
little
There's got to
guys
be a
like
Batman
this.
without spikes. Glove spikes.
You got
I mean,
deep
that's not
blue.
even a bad thing.
Deep blue. My glove is like a Sharks fan.
Scallops.
Yeah, Lucas. I can't remember how it. Well, I don't know if we want to talk about it now. I was gonna say I don't remember how it ended. How they finally beat him. But I don't think they actually beat him. I think they just did the thing where it's like Godzilla was like, fuck you guys, and then
just
went
got
back
tired.
into the ocean. They freeze him. Any other favorite monsters?
Oh my goodness, so many good monsters.
It's funny, I'm not like really a monster guy. Like
the Bride. You drew the Bride.
I've drawn the Bride a bunch. She's visually very interesting. I love drawing zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Zombies might actually be my favorite monster, now that I'm sort of thinking about it. There was a movie that was like one of those movies that I thought was really, really great right up until the moment that the filmmakers totally blew it. And it was Boogeyman. The Boogeyman. And I thought it was really creepy and good because it was very unclear for most of the movie if the Boogeyman was real or if the guy had just like made it up as a kid and was just having like a mental break. And then at the end they showed the Boogeyman and turns out he was just a computer generated guy. Not very scary.
Oh yeah, that's right. Would you consider Iron Man Tetsuo a monster?
Well, probably.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty great.
I do really like the there's someone shouting outside.
When are you not rewatching Buffy? We haven't watched Buffy in a long, long time.
Because I haven't wanted to
We
pay.
Yeah, we got rid of all of our VHS copies. We had almost all of them on VHS at one point. And I can't remember when we got rid of them, but we got rid of them.
It got rid of them before it came to light that Joss Whedon
was such an abusive weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah, but I haven't wanted to watch them now on. I haven't wanted to stream them because he'll get money, and that feels uncomfortable for me. Comic Tropes agrees that Tetsuo is a monster.
Buffy and Angel hold up. Man, I miss those days of TV. Like when Angel was coming out, we used to go over to our friend's house every week to watch it together.
Yeah, have watch parties.
That was before streaming wrecked everything.
I don't know if it wrecked everything. It made stuff more accessible.
Kinda. I mean, it also has resulted in shows completely disappearing and not being available for purchase anywhere.
That's yeah. That feels more recent.
Yeah.
TV and movies are a sum of many creatives. I still would rather watch Michelle Gellar in something else, or Eliza Dushku in something else.
This is kind of turning out to look kind of like a jock drawing.
Why a jock drawing?
The artist named Jock.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about he was about to go hut hut and throw a football. There's a football in his left hand. There is, I don't know that there's a right or wrong answer to figuring out what you want to support when you support the art. I mean, there's sometimes I'll want to watch a show and I know that the person's dead. I think for the most part I don't mind the person that was abusive has died. I for the most part don't mind paying their family money. Because I can't think of any examples of someone where the family is also awful.
I can think of examples where the original artist was great, and then the
Bob Ross.
Yeah, and then the people in control, the estate, are awful.
Yeah. I don't buy certain Bob Ross stuff because of that.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know the best way to. Sometimes I separate the art from the artist, and other times I'm like, never. I will hold a grudge against this person for the rest of my life.
Well, sometimes it's just uncomfortable for me because I'm in my own mind because I'm watching this show or listening to this music and constantly thinking, yeah, there you go. There was a red flag right there.
Yeah, like listening to the Beatles and John Lennon actually like singing songs about beating his wife, and you're like, yikes.
Or James Brown.
Yeah.
I think for me, there's a lot. Like, how much can I tolerate? And am I willing to pay money to this person along with the other people that are doing the work in the whatever media it is, medium. And Emma, like you saying you're angry at Neil Gaiman right now. Yeah, and sometimes time is a factor. Like if I'm too angry, there's no way I'm gonna feel comfortable watching or listening or reading.
Yeah, man, the Neil Gaiman stuff is such a bummer.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes I will buy stuff from thrift stores because I'm all, aha, now you're not going to get the money. Any money you were going to get, you've already gotten. Seth has a couple of Abe Sapien comics that they still read. I have a couple of Abe Sapien comics that I still read. Oh, because
Yeah.
Scott Alley's no longer at Dark Horse to to get that support, that money.
Well,
he may still get royalties from stuff that's sold in shops now that he did. And that is a bummer, Keith, that because of Gaiman's actions, a lot of people are out of work.
Yeah. I think I'm going to call this little doodle finished. There we go. I drew a Batman.
Good work.
That's
now I picture him in a warehouse, like
creeping around behind some crates.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Batman's skinny fingers in there too.
Yeah, I guess I intended to finish them off. I imagine those lines as being one side of them, but
oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
Tugboat
it's hard to fart. Yeah, makes sense. He's backed up against the wall, farting.
Mm-hmm.
Batman Year One.
Yeah, W-O-N.
Thanks, Kevin. All right, I think that's gonna do it.
Oh wow, it's 8 o'clock. That went fast, y'all. Thanks for the wonderful chat and hangout and cool down.
Hey, and I also got my vaccines today, my updated COVID vaccine. So
and the flu shot too, right?
My flu shot. Mm-hmm. Encourage everyone to get that so we can go to comic conventions and not get each other sick, among other things.
and still wear masks, but not go to the hospital because we have vaccines, or less likely to.
Oh, thanks, Keith.
Dylan, it did only feel like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it did go really fast. I might hang out and draw some more if I didn't have to pee so bad.
Okay, that is a good reason for us to wrap up.
Yeah, don't forget to like the video and subscribe or whatever. Do all that jazz.
Comic Trips is asking if you'd consider doing anything scary for October streams.
Oh. Tell you what, drawing on camera is scary enough, I think, for my usual thing.
You try not to plan anything ahead and just kind of
Yeah.
go by what you feel like doing for the day.
Yeah. Always trying to keep it low effort around here.
Yeah, everybody like the stream if you liked it today. Have a great weekend. You say something all the time.
And don't forget to tell the people you love how much you love them. And I love all you guys. We are the Knights.
And tell people about Lonesome Hunters coming out October 1st too, if you don't mind.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye. Good night. Good night. Good evening. Good day. Wherever you are. Have a good weekend.
See you next week.